In this power game, Catherine understands becoming a queen isn't easy. The magician spoke and fled, leaving her to handle the aftermath. This lady has had 10 kids in 15 years for her husband and plans for an 11th. I wonder about a multiples discount. She's holding Prince Henry, cheered by her love rival irony much. Tragically, the baby died, leaving Catherine all mixed up. With 11 kids, she's exhausted, barely 30 but feels 50. Daily grief over her lost child alarms her mental state. Meanwhile, Henry is laughing with Diane, ignoring her grief. At 32, he lacks her kid's emotional IQ. Servants warn if she keeps moping, Henry will ignore her and her kids might be Diane's. A heartbreaking reminder. After that, Catherine realizes the alarm bells are ringing and rushes to glam up a bit, eager to check on her kids. On the way, she's stopped by Diane, greeting her like royalty. Catherine pulls out treats for her kids. But Diane says tea time's over. Catherine, a princess, lost to her lover, too frustrating. Catherine pleads with Henry for help, but he coldly replies, "Why don't you head back?" "Sorry, but Diane and I have important business to discuss." Upon hearing that, Catherine feels like hitting a jackpot, daydreaming about their evening meet, zoning out at poker with her mother-in-law. Other ladies remind her, royal women have two options, fight wits or chill. As for love, that's more of a luxury than necessity. If you leaf through history, there are only a handful of kings and queens who actually love each other. Catherine can only play poker quietly, feigning calm, claiming true love with Henry he'll come for her. But Catherine's fairy tale continues late into the night, and still, no Henry in sight. At first, she keeps telling herself Henry must be busy, but when she steps into Diane's room, she sees Henry having a blast with Diane, who even apologizes to her. Talk about clueless. Catherine feels defeated, resenting herself for repeatedly trusting Henry only to be hurt. She thought she could have a peaceful life thanks to Henry's princely status, not realizing it all came from the former king's mercy. In his final moments, the old king doesn't call for Henry but beckons Catherine to his bedside. He pleads with her not to give up on her worthless son just because of the tantrum of Diane. Henry needs a strong wife, not a weak mother. Once Henry becomes king, Catherine knows she must help him seize power against the Catholic Guise brothers and the Protestant Bourbon brothers. She must cleverly remain neutral, rally forces to suppress him, then have a chance to turn the tables. The king finally orders Henry to ensure Catherine's political involvement after his death and that no one can strip her of her. As long as Catherine is in the picture, the foul dynasty of France has hope. All the king's expectations lie with her. After the king passes, Henry takes over all of the country's power, perhaps following the king's advice. Henry not only brings Catherine into governance but also further strengthens her power, but as a foreigner, she's clearly not welcomed. At the meeting, the Guise brothers demand tighter religious control, aiming to boost Catholic power. Meanwhile, the Protestant Bourbon brothers call for expanded trade to bolster their economic strength. The sharp-witted Catherine warns everyone that the Holy Roman Empire might take advantage of the chaos. Meanwhile, blindly confident, Henry believes the Roman king wouldn't dare, thinking small patrols suffice. But Catherine thinks that's still not enough, at least a brigade needs to go to defend. However, Henry believes sending a brigade is tantamount to declaring war on Rome. His arrogance is truly laughable. No one dares to remind him since deploying troops costs money, while not doing so saves a pretty penny. If Henry takes a hit because of this, they might seize the opportunity to grab the crown. It's a win-win deal for them. So, they all clap and cheer for Henry, praising his brilliant decisions. Henry laughs heartily, realizing that ruling a country is that easy. Who knew it was this simple? However, Henry's naivety soon results in a massive blunder. This king is quite the character. After praising Queen Catherine's dancing, he's off for a date with the hen. He even brings her to his coronation ceremony. What a generous prince. Diane proudly tells Catherine, "You must always remember that this position was originally mine. And, by the way, you look more like a queen than I do." With that, she drags Henry out of the hall. Catherine remains unfazed. There's really no need to fight with a clown. At Henry's coronation, Diane's antics draw giggles from the crowd. Look at this hen thinking she's the queen. As for the audience's mockery, Diane seems blissfully oblivious, even prouder. When a servant brings a gift, she thinks it's for her, only to find it's a human head of the very captain of the troops sent to the border. This shows that Rome has utterly disregarded Henry. Catherine watches, chuckling at this mama's boy. Back home, Catherine examines the new royal emblem and grows angrier. It seems to combine Henry's name with hers, but from another angle. It's all Diane's dear blatant slap in her face.